All right, thanks everybody for joining us. My name is Nick Hershey. I am the president of the Mortgage Calculator. We're going to go through today on some of the things that make us different here and how the branch works. So I'll go over some basic details. Kyle will go over how it actually works in the back end, and Jose will talk about some of the support that we have available and that you guys will be expected to perform. So let me go ahead and share my screen here. As Kyle mentioned before we started here, everybody should have already attended one of the webinars. So make sure you check out one of the loan officer webinars. But basically, we'll just go through the branch page here that most of you guys have been on as well. But basically, we have a instant system to get our branches up and running. So we're looking for branches to fill in our team. We have over 350 loan officers that all need a branch manager, and we have to place them with teams. The things that make us different here, again, hopefully you guys have attended the loan officer training, but for you guys, we have tons of different broker and correspondent options. So once you guys start a branch here, you'll have every single option that we have, which is what we're all about. If you guys have attended the webinar, we can allow you guys to recruit unlimited loan officers, and we have about 250 loan officers that need branch managers right at the very moment. So we're looking to place those, and then obviously you guys can recruit more. You guys will earn revenue on all the loans for every loan officer in your branch, and you're going to look to create your additional revenue on your branch leads. So again, hopefully you guys have attended our webinar about how everything works. And if you have, you know we're all about leads. So just as we fill our pipeline with leads for our team, you guys will fill your pipeline with leads for your team, and that's where you will make the additional revenue. So that's the basics here. And what we'll have is Kyle go through the actual kind of the stuff we can't really put on the website, just about how we actually can make it happen. And then he'll actually show you guys a little bit of the back end of how we can track some of this stuff for our team members. So you ready to take over there, Kyle?
Yep, give me 1 second here. Just move my screen over here. Sorry about that. Okay, so mortgage calculator branch. Let's talk about the breakdown of the actual compensation here, right? As the branch, you will receive 25 basis points compensation of all loans coming from within your branch, right? So 25 basis points for all loans. But the real lucrative opportunity comes in when you provide leads to your loan officers. So you're going to be expected to provide company-generated leads to your loan officers. And when they close one of those deals from a lead that you sent them, you get a 50-50 split on that lead. So for example, if one of our senior loan officers that's on a 200 basis points comp plan, if you give them the lead, when they close that lead, you're going to get another 100 basis points, which is from that lead split, right? So that's where it gets really lucrative, is on the 50-50 split. So as a branch manager, you're going to provide your branch members with leads to get that 50-50 split on the back end. Now, we will actually provide you with the recruits. As Nick said, we have a whole lot of loan officers, excuse me, that we can still assign to a new branch, right? So we will provide you with the loan officers, with the recruits. However, you can also recruit yourself to make some extra revenue. So there actually is a recruiting incentive to make extra revenue from all loan officers recruited. So we can provide you with the recruits, and this is what you're going to make here, 25 basis points and 50-50 split on the leads. But you can also recruit people on top of that to make a little bit of extra revenue, you know, on top of what we're already providing. Now, we will still provide your loan officers with the same training, with the same leads, with the same support. Everything is the same. So you are not reinventing the wheel here. They're just plugging into the same system that all our loan officers plug into. All 365 of our loan officers are plugged into the same system. They get the same training, the same support, and the same leads. So when I say here that you're going to provide them with leads on a 50-50 split, that doesn't mean you're the only one providing them leads, right? We're going to keep providing them with our company leads as well, but you're going to provide them more leads on top of that. And the biggest reason why you're going to do that is because that's where you make the bulk of your revenue, is when one of those lead deals gets closed. So let's talk about the requirements here for a branch. First and foremost, of course, you're going to need to set up your branch in the NMLS. So you are going to be required to pay your branch NMLS fees, right? That can range anywhere from a couple $100 to a couple $1,000, depending on what state you're looking to set your branch up in. When it comes to setting up your branch, you're going to need to make sure that you fulfill the minimum requirements, right? So each state has different requirements on how much experience a branch manager may need. Some don't have any, some have, 3 years minimum experience of being a loan officer. Whatever the case may be, you need to make sure to check the NMLS, check the laws and the guidelines, and make sure that you're going to be able to be a fit to be a branch manager before we open that up. So make sure you meet the requirements and pay the branch NMLS fees is the first thing here. The second thing is that you need to be providing your loan officers with leads. So you need to be spending at least $1,000 a month in ads for leads, right? That's how you're going to make your revenue. We want the branch managers contributing to the leads for their loan officers. And so that's going to be minimum. Now, we have a lot of loan officers that are spending $1,000 a month on ads for themselves, right? So 1,000 for the branch is very minimal. You're probably going to end up spending much, much more as time goes on. And again, you're going to see that that's where the bulk of your revenue comes from when they're actually closing those leads. The other requirement here is $100 a month per LO for their services. So that includes their NMLS fees, their company email, company phone number, their usage fees. Remember, we get charged every single time they make a phone call or send a text, right? There's a charge. So we provide them with everything for free, but you're going to need to, as the branch, take care of your service fees for your loan officers. And of course, this is going to be a P&L thing. This is not coming out of your, we're not charging your credit card up front for this or anything like that, right? So you're just going to have to pay to help support the fees from your loan officers. And again, that includes the NMLS fees of bringing them to your branch and all that kind of stuff. So those are the three things there. Pay the branch fees, get it all set up, make a bare minimum spend on ads so that you can make sure they have leads from you to close on the 50-50 split, and then just take care of some of the little expenses for their services, such as their NMLS fees and company email and company phone number and all those kind of things that keep them going there. So that is really what we're looking for from a more monetary side. Now, what I'm going to do is go ahead and turn it over to Jose here to talk about what we're looking for from a support side of things from you as a branch manager. Go ahead there, Jose.
Awesome. Hey, thank you for joining us this afternoon to discuss branch opportunities with the mortgage calculator. Yes, definitely technology, leads, and support is really what we're all about to get all of the MLOs producing as soon as possible that they come on board. So obviously technology, great platform, the leads given business, maybe they did not have before, but now once they have that deal accepted, it is very important that we make sure that the MLOs are not spinning their wheels and missing opportunities to disclose files and close loans. So definitely, Kyle mentioned the team leaders that give that level of support, that initial frontline support. We have the Zoom room, and then we also have the file structure meetings that either the team leaders or myself will hold with the MLO. And then when they're ready to disclose, we have the file disclosure meeting, which is the last gate, let's say, quote unquote, that they have to pass through before that loan application is sent to the borrower for signature and the loan process officially commences. So we do have disclosures being completed by myself and by the branch managers as soon as they pass all the different disclosure requirement tests. And our team leaders also can disclose files. So once you do have your branch up and running, and you do have people that you're promoting from within that know your system very well, you will have then additional support from the team leaders to disclose files, to meet with your MLOs the same way that we do now, to make sure that, for example, like one of our newly minted MLOs, where I helped her structure a deal that had been denied at another outlet by another loan officer. She got the deal and met with me multiple times. We ended up structuring that deal into a profit and loss loan, which is a little bit complicated, but definitely with my support and with her willingness to do everything she had to do, the deal was approved and closed in 3 weeks. So that was a deal denied somewhere else, but with the additional levels of support that we offer the MLOs, and with all of the different options that the mortgage calculator has for different loan programs, we were able to structure, disclose, and close that loan. So that is a prime example of how we love to get it done. So definitely looking forward to assisting all of you become branch managers.
Perfect. Thank you, Jose. Okay, so let's talk about the next steps here then. The next step would be to meet with me, Nick, or Jose, if this is something you'd like to do moving forward. And what we will do is we'll have a Zoom meeting just like this, but with you. And we'll go through, talk about it, see if it sounds like a good fit for you, see if it sounds like a good fit for us, and then we could move forward. So I'll drop the link here in the chat in just a second. So you can book that if that's what you are looking to do to move forward. If you have any questions, you can email us branches@themortgagecalculator.com, and we can set it up that way as well. So with that being said, Nick, why don't you go ahead and stop recording and we will get into some questions. Excuse me.